Oh, crazy. Isn't it? I feel like I've literally dived through the wall and it's all deja
I
vu.
know. Did you have a good show?
We had a good show. Yes,
Good.
thank you. And you know Fran Mansfield Clark,
I do know Fran Mansfield Clark.
she's had to leave us today because she's sorting out her 50th wedding anniversary party. So congratulations to Fran.
Wow,
50
congratulations.
years.
That's amazing.
Isn't it just?
Fabulous.
Right, so we had a very busy show this morning.
We did.
With our sublimation sprays, which we're going to talk to you about in detail in a little while. But that one is fully allocated, the white one.
It is.
And the satin sheen is also fully allocated. We need you to be checking out your baskets, please. If you've got those in your baskets right now, somebody else can come along in this show and take it out of your basket, pay for it, and then it's theirs. So please, please, I know I hate pushing you, it drives me insane. This is the worst bit of my job for me, having to say to you, please don't forget to check out your baskets, because I don't want to be that.
No, we know.
That person that's always nagging you. But I also know what it feels like when you miss out. And I don't want you to miss out for the sake of forgetting or just not checking out. Right, so first of all, I'm going to introduce you to live shopping and tell you where you can watch us and how you can shop. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop on either of our social platforms, it's super easy. We're going to show you a product, and that product will have been given a code. And all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video. So you don't need to miss a second of demo or what we're showing you. Then you're going to get a message to your social media inbox, which will say thank you very much for your order. And there is also in there a link. When you're ready to check out, you're going to click that link. That's going to send you over to our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. There, you're going to log into your account and then check out. If you haven't got an account with us yet, please open one. It's free to do so. And it automatically makes you a Club Highlight member for no cost. But as a club member, you get extra discount, even on brand new product and even on sale items. You also get loyalty points on both as well. And you can get that basket spend to over £35 after everything's been taken off. You get your free shipping. You can also shop all the day's deals. So if you go onto the website, on the homepage, there's a banner there. It's under the main banner on the left-hand side. It says you can shop all today's deals. So if you're struggling to get that basket to over £35 with what we've got on that particular show, you can now build a basket, okay? But just remember, it's not yours until you check it out. It's like taking your trolley around Tesco's. It's not yours till you check out.
What was it? That cabbage could be taken out your trolley.
It could. So that cabbage or those eggs.
Imagine. Oh my gosh, not the balls
that
though.
Took a while, right? If you're going to shop with us on our website, tell it's Friday. If you did shop with us on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com, you can literally just add the items to your basket, and then they'll appear in a little red shopping bag at the top. And when you're ready to check those out, click on that basket, and that will take you through that login and checkout process. Right, David. We got sprays now. We're going to talk about all three of them, because although they are allocated, as far as our system is concerned, they're still available. So
yes,
and we just have to do this because that's what we have to do.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Right, this on MDF.
Oh, I know. So, of course, if you didn't join us for the
right?
morning show, I'm sorry you missed out. You can, of course, go back and watch it, and you can still get this because, as Mel said, there is the opportunity to get it in your basket. Now, this is all new generation paint to us here at Highlight Crafts. It's completely new to us. It's completely new to you at home as well. Now, the sublimation journey started about 3 or 4 weeks ago, right?
I think it was Easter weekend.
It was, wasn't it? It was Good Friday.
It was.
So
Gosh, feels like a lifetime ago.
I know, it does, doesn't it?
It does.
And it was incredible. So many of you joined us for those shows, some of our biggest viewing audiences on those days. And of course, so many of you have joined that journey of sublimation. Now, the first things that come to my mind, your mind at home is, okay, other surfaces that aren't polyester, how do I do sublimation printing on those? Well, Stephanie and the team actually reached out to a company that then allowed us and enabled us to be the official UK stockists of this product. It's a polyester coating medium. It's in an aerosol can. It's a spray medium. It goes onto MDF. It will go onto glassware. It will go onto the surfaces that you want to, of course, sublimate onto that will tolerate heat. Now, the company that have created this, Sublivista, created this product for, of course, that very same purpose. Now, what they did is they took an industry standard, so something that would be used in factories in an industrial process, and actually kept the technology the same, kept the product the same, but then actually domesticated it for us crafters to be able to use it safely within our home. So we don't have to have a monumental amount of machinery and, of course, equipment to be able to create the results that we would expect to have to pay for. Now, you're getting these sprays doing that job for you. They're completely food safe, okay? Which means you can use them on crockery, glassware, in your homes to make and sell with the reassurance and assurance that you're going to get longevity and quality out of your products. It means that you can then sublimate onto MDF. You spray it on here. Now, the process is super simple, and we'll go through this a few times during the show. You spray, of course, your white undercoat on to give you that uplifting white undertone background, which allows all of the pops of colour to come forward with your sublimation printing.
Absolutely.
You can see, of course, the sort of the brown colour of the MDF sprayed with the white and then given a top coat of either the matte, well, satin or gloss, which is a personal choice. Then, of course, you sublimate on top of it. Now, there's a few little bits of processes that we need to follow to do this, but it's super quick and simple. The whole process in all only takes 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you spray one spray on, which is your undercoat, let that dry for 5 minutes, go on with your top coat, which is another 5 minutes. That's 10 minutes in total, and then it's 15 minutes in the oven at 160 degrees.
Okay, so let me see if I've got this right. The process is you get your MDF or your whatever you're going to sublimate. Is it hard surfaces only? And it needs to be flat, don't they?
Flat surfaces, all flat surfaces, so wood, glass, anything that's safe for an oven, okay? You're going to be putting this through a temperature in an oven of 160 degrees, so just make sure to do your research. We found that MDF and the glassware we're sharing with you is totally fine for that, but if you're using something that you've sourced externally, just make sure you're still within those parameters.
Right, so I go outside and get a big cardboard box,
well
and
ventilated.
I get my sheet of MDF.
Yes.
And I spray it horizontally.
You do.
So you've got to shake the can for 1 minute. Okay, that's really important, and it's important that it's a minute, so set a timer and give it a good shake, and then you're going to go outside and you're going to spray it, so say horizontally like that. Then you let it dry for 5 minutes, right? And then you choose either your satin sheen or your high gloss, depending on which one you prefer. I think I would be going for the gloss.
I would, especially for glassware.
I love anything that's got a glossy to it.
Yeah.
And then you take your gloss one once you've left it to dry for 5 minutes, and you spray that, shake the can again for a minute, and then you spray it in the opposite direction that you did originally. So if you went across horizontally with your white, you'll come down vertically with the blue one or the black one. Then we leave that to dry for 5 minutes.
Absolutely, leave that to fully dry for 5 minutes.
And then put it in an oven at 160 degrees for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, that's all it needs.
Perfect.
No longer, no less.
Brilliant.
I know, it's so simple, it's so easy, and of course you can use it in your standard oven within your kitchen. You don't have to have a separate oven.
Absolutely. And you could have a day just spraying stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Because once you've sprayed it, it will stay like that. You don't then have to use it within a set amount of time. So once you've put that agent on there, and the reason that you've got to leave things for 5 minutes and it's specific is because that's the chemical reaction. And the way that when you spray it like that and then that's so that all the molecules can literally bind together and become one and go on top of that material, whatever that may be. It's a brilliant product, and I'll tell you what I love, and I know this probably isn't the right piece, but what I love about MDF is that you can go right to the edges. So I've covered the little slits and the slots, and it doesn't matter because it will still go in there. Whereas normally, if you do an MDF and you're painting it or you're papering it, you can't get it anywhere on these notches or slots because then it won't fit in.
Absolutely.
Because of the accuracy of a laser cutter cutting through MDF, it doesn't give you any tolerance for wheel room at all. So now doing it sublimated, I mean, first of all, it's never going to peel off.
Never.
So you could put it on a shelf above a radiator and it wouldn't matter. But I think this is brilliant. And I think we're going to try and get some MDF blanks.
Yeah,
because
more.
actually MDF isn't very heavy. If you've got a piece like that, and we could have a shape like a label shape, and you could design something like this in Minecraft Studio, put your sentiment on it, and then sublimate it onto your MDF
yeah,
packs.
that'd be nice.
That's like a little topper, and here we go, brain's kicked in now. It's only 12:10. It's taken me that long.
it's fine.
And if you put a piece of magnetic sheet behind it, you could then use it as a fridge magnet.
Oh,
so
fridge
you've got
magnets.
your gift and this. The other thing I'd like to do is do some really nice hearts and flowers and things like that you could wear.
Yeah, embellishments, jewellery.
That you could wear, because that would be really cool as well, wouldn't
Definitely.
it? So we've got lots going forward. What we're doing with our sublimation is we're taking you on a journey. Stephanie has got decades of experience with sublimation because she used to work with Speedo. I know all these things that she's done that you don't know
You might have a
about.
swimming
'Cause
closet
she's
that
very,
Stephanie
very, very
designed.
modest. I know, right? Honestly, she's amazing. High tech, remember that? Stephanie. I know, right? She's brilliant. So I think it would be really nice. We're taking you on that journey. So are we going to get a spray for T-shirts? Yes, absolutely. Are we going to continue taking you on this journey? Absolutely. We are the only UK distributor of this, and they wanted to partner with us because of our educational content that we do. So when we come onto the shows, we teach you about using things like this. It's not just a shelf that you pick it off. You know, we give you all the information that you need with those decades of experience, which means that you get the best experience when you're using this at home. Now then, shop gloss is now 15% allocated. So now you're starting to buy into the gloss one. I love this one. I think it's fabulous. So let me give you the codes. Shop white will get you your base coat. Now remember, these are all allocated in people's baskets. So if you want it, now's the time to check out. Shop satin will get you the one with the black cap, and shop gloss will get you the high gloss one. Okay, they're all £27.99. Now I need to talk to you about the price, because when we launched it on Tuesday, we all got a bit giddy.
Just a bit.
And we all sat there and were like, yeah, brilliant. And then we realised we hadn't pressed the button.
Didn't even know it was launching.
Well, we didn't.
I didn't. Anyway,
I didn't.
I was at home and went, what? I just got home. What's this on? What's this?
But we didn't press the button that puts the promotional price on.
Yeah.
So if you bought it, we'll make sure that it's put right for you. Okay, so don't worry about that. We'll make sure that's sorted out for you and dealt with.
Get in touch with us.
But now we're doing them at £27.99, and it covers 2 square meters. That's a lot.
I love it.
I do too.
It's
so clever.
good. It's such a good idea. And I can remember when it first came out, I said to Stephanie, oh, I wonder if there's anything you can put on to make it adhere to onto my MDF projects, onto my wooden coasters. And she was like, just leave it with us. Just leave it with us. And then she followed through.
Right, now we've got our MDF back in stock for you. So what we do with our MDF currently is we get it all cut. We give you the instructions that you need for the desk tidy, because the others have got all the pieces etched onto them. So there's a whole PDF that you can download explaining which piece is which for the desk tidy. But yesterday, Carl just took this outside and just sprayed it with the white and then the satin in the opposite direction. And he just did the whole sheet, which is what I would do.
Oh, yeah, you can see it's all there together.
Otherwise, you've got loads of bits and you're messing about.
Well, then you'd have to mask off all underneath each one and just leave it all together.
Absolutely.
You only have to do one side.
So if you want the MDF for the desk tidy, shop desk, it's £29.99. I've seen some of these that look absolutely fabulous, but imagine this sublimated with your photos.
Oh, it looks so good.
How incredible is that going to look? Fran, imagine doing one of these with all your golden wedding anniversary photos.
Oh, you could
on.
do, but I love the texture as well. I mean, look at the texture it creates. That's with that satin.
Isn't it?
And you can see you do have a very low sheen on there. It means it's wipeable, you can clean it. It is now that polyester molecular fusing.
Molecular flusing? Who's a molecular flusing?
I don't know. Sounds like a drag name. Welcome to the stage, molecular flusing.
Now I know what you do on a Friday night, and I know what those 6-inch heels are for under your desk.
Exactly. This is
Got it now. Fishnet tights are a bit of a worry, though, I'm not going to lie.
There would be balls everywhere.
What? What did you say then? You said so good, did you not tell me what you said?
No. I have a replay yesterday and there would be balls everywhere.
Oh, dear me. Right, if you wonder what we're talking about, go look back on the, what show was it yesterday?
Well, it was on yesterday at 8 a.m.
Airbrush. Oh,
it was the airbrush show.
It was about 9:30.
It was. You can go back though.
Just watch it on Facebook.
Yeah, they clipped it, thankfully.
It's everywhere.
Big shout out to the team for that.
I asked him to do it.
Yeah.
Right, so your next, well, so that's your desk tidy. If you want the recipe book, I'm going to use this for my photographs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To organise all my photographs. You get your 4 inserts in there, and you get all of this. And what we also do is give you the SVG files. So if you do want to do them with papers, and you are a scan and cut user, you can literally cut out the pieces that cover the outside of the box, and that will cut them all out for you. So we've included those with it.
Yes.
So if you want that one, it's shop recipe, $19.99. And if you want the pull-up box, which is this one here, that way around.
Got a coaster,
like
a little
that.
hot storage in there, or miniatures,
Coaster
all
storage,
sorts.
all sorts. It's super cool, isn't it? I'd had chocolate in there. Not
you
going to lie.
do. It'd be nice in the middle of a dining table to store coasters and napkins and things like that
absolutely.
in it. I like it for that idea.
So if you want that, shop pull. Right, David, next one here.
Oh, the heat press bundle. Well, of course, if you're going to be going on with your sublimation, you're going to need a heat press. Now, I know a lot of you have jumped on this one already, but for those of you who haven't, this is the bundle where it's all in there together. Now, this heat press is fabulous, incredibly ergonomic, flat iron, okay? Now, it's got a 3 heat mode setting. I always use it on level 3, 180 degrees with a 45-second to a minute impression on your sublimation. Gives you a nice, strong print transfer. Now, again, you can also change the setting from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Always use it on level 3. You just click it, of course, to the temperature that you want. And it does come with a little heat resistant mat as well. So it's a little holster. And it comes with the power cord, of course, which just pops into the back. You are going to get as well inside here a huge sheet of this. I think it's about 1 meter long of your Teflon heat resistant. Now what this does is what it will do is you iron onto your surface, put this over the top with your sublimation paper underneath so the iron isn't making direct contact with that paper. It's just got this in between, which will still allow it, of course, for it not to scorch. It's not direct contact. It needs a little bit of protection, okay? So you're going to get this, which you can cut to size. It does also come with a lovely little felt drawstring bag, so you can store the heat press inside it. And you're going to get this. This is so important.
Oh, absolutely.
This is your heat resistant tape. Now what this does is it allows you to actually tape your sublimation images in place whilst you're pressing them so they don't move. If they move ever so slightly, you get a bit of a blur, like a drop shadow, and you don't want that.
No, you don't.
It's like a drop shadow or like a secondary stamp sort of thing. You want to make sure that it stays in place. Now, of course, once you've used it, dispose of the little bits of tape, but that's going to last you a very long time.
It's fantastic. Shop Heat will get you all of that bundle, $66.97. Right, now then, we've got our lanyards.
We do.
Oh, we've
I've
added
got
some
one
of
here.
these to them because the sublimation sprays were flying out. We only had the gloss left. I'm going to keep saying it. You need to check those baskets. If you seriously want this product and you don't want anybody else to come along and take it, that's the last time I'm going to mention it now.
Yeah.
It's up to you now.
It's in your hands, okay? Quite literally. So these are the lanyards. These are wonderful. Now, of course, they're polyester, and you can supplement and make your very own personalised lanyards, whether it's going to be for keys, whether it's going to be for, you know, a pass. Maybe you can use it for work. Maybe you're going to use it, of course, for lots of different bits and bobs for the kids. Maybe, of course, you're going on a hen do, and they're going to be all different ones for everybody to have their, you know, their name card, anything like that. These are fabulous. Now, you get a whole bundle of them. Do you get 6 inside there, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, you get 6 in total inside here. They're white, of course, nice and bright. You can do the inside as well as the outside of them. I did a practice run on here when I very first started testing them. I didn't realise, of course, at first that the Sublimation Printer automatically reverses your text for you.
That's how clever it is.
I flipped it in Minecraft Studio and the printer flipped it back. So you just print it as is and it will flip it for you.
Brilliant.
So you can do all of your Minecraft Studio designs, your own photographs, your fancy patterns, sublimate them onto your lanyards.
Cool, that isn't it? Becky's asking, are we getting the metal fixings back in stock? They were on a show yesterday, Amber. I want to say it was the...
Oh, the tool shed?
Yes, I think it was the tool shed. No, I did it with Amanda, I think.
Oh,
you didn't do that one with me.
I did the one yesterday where we had all the little chrome hooks in it. There was that one.
And the jump rings.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, we did tool shed. I know, right. Sorry, I'm very forgettable.
No, you're not. I'm just like, can't remember one day to the next.
It was there.
So if they've, I don't think they sold out yesterday, did they? Sell out?
I think they were $24.99.
I'm just going to have a look for us and see if we can find them for you, Becky. Is the iPad charging, love? Is that why it's plugged in?
Yeah, we can do it.
That's all right. We'll make that work. Right, next. So your landlords, these are cool, aren't they? Oh. I'm a bit scared now after yesterday. What are you out your pocket. Wouldn't it be funny if you put hands in there and what you brought out 2 polystyrene eggs?
It was like when that first time we started just doing our live shows, and I'd been setting up festival, and I had tons of bunting in my apron pockets. I went to pull out my scissors, and it was like a clown. It just kept on going. Honestly,
brilliant.
Ridiculous.
Julie Waller says, David, you're so naughty but very funny. Yeah, I agree. Question, does the sublimation spray work on grey board or heavy duty craft board? We're working on it. Okay, so
Yes.
we're trying lots of different things. I can't answer that right now because we need to understand the chemical components and how it works and what we need to do on grey board, because I think the spray will just soak in. So we need to work out what that needs, but we are definitely looking at that, because that's a game changer, isn't it? Absolutely. So we'll as soon as we know, listen, we'll shout it from the rooftops so you'll know about it. Absolutely.
Definitely. But yeah, I wouldn't put anything inside your oven and with the spray on that's not been advised to just as of yet. If you are ever curious and it's outside of a show, just email us and we'll get back to you and let you know. This here is a pack of 10 blank cards. Now, these are metallic. You can do your own photographs on these. You can do your own prints, anything at all. They're great for your lanyard. You can pop a pinprick hole in the top and it will go straight on, or you can get the sliders where they slot in. Or they're great as little memory cards to put in your wallet or your purse. I think they're fab, aren't they?
Also, I'll tell you what, if you've got a business.
Oh, I mean.
And if you want to impress somebody and you're going to try and get funding or whatever it is, and that's your business card. Wow.
That's
right?
a bit jazzy.
That sets the scene, doesn't it?
These are just lovely to have. I mean, they're great for scrapbooking. They're wonderful. You could do both sides, of course. I'll do the other side of this one during the show, but you get 10 in total inside there.
Cute,
These are your little blank photo cards.
Okay, so that is shop blank, 10 of them, $8.99.
Wow.
And your landlord's a shop landlord for lanyard. Oh, I need to go on. Shop lanyard. Honestly, David, me and you were a bit like that.
My eyes. Oh, that was weird.
Oh.
Why are they just going like that?
That's
Are you with me for the next one? Not, are you?
No, I'm going home.
Okay.
Shop lanyard, $12.99. Do you want me to stay?
No, it's fine. You get on the road. Get on the road.
Right, next.
Next.
This is what we're our team, aren't we? Shop Tote. Now you're going to get 3 of these long-handled totes. Now, this doesn't need the spray. Neither does the lanyards. Neither do the cards. These are what they call print prepared. So you don't need to do that. The way that sublimation works is the heat reacts with the ink and bonds to a surface that has polyester in it, and it has to have quite a high count. A high volume of polyester, and we always think of polyester as a fabric, don't we? But it's actually a chemical component that's put into lots of things. But this, you can literally take your picture straight on with your either dry iron or your heat press, and it's job done, which is fabulous. So personalisation. Now these are on a cracking price. You're getting 3 of them for $17.99. Take your club discount off. I think that's a great shout. And as a gift, you know, I'm on a mission this year where I'm going to make all the gifts for everybody this year.
Oh, definitely.
Instead of buying stuff that people are like, yeah, that's lovely, but am I ever going to use it? Because they won't say that to your face. But I can see Matthew sometimes is like, yeah, I don't really need 6 tea towels, Mum. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing.
I think it's the excitement.
Something like this is fabulous. And also watching the children do this. So Saturday morning, you've had the kids at a sleepover. You get them up in the morning, take a picture of them, send that picture to your sublimation printer, print that picture off, and then put it on a bag with them.
Yeah,
they're going to think it's magic. So from a picture, you send it to the printer, the print comes out, you turn it over, and it pops with the colour. How much fun is that going to be?
Yeah.
The kids are just going to be blown away by it. We need to get them off the screens, get them doing something creative. Obviously, you've got to do the heat bit, but it's so exciting, isn't it?
It's really, really fun. Anybody can have a go at it. It requires no skill or particular technique. It is for everybody to use, and that's what I love about this. Sublimation is for all, and of course we've got as many blanks as we can do on this show, but please make sure to get those sprays in your basket because they're going to sell out.
Absolutely. So Helen, who says, does the sublimation spray work on grey board or heavy duty craft board, also messaged back in and said, thank you, amazing honest answer from Highlight Crafts. That's what we're all about.
Absolutely.
There's no point. Listen, I've said this recently. I spent 20 years on TV walking away from, you couldn't believe how much work I walked away from. And as a freelancer, that's a big thing to do. But I swore to myself I would never bring you something that I wouldn't either use myself or buy myself. Because if the quality's not there, there's no point. Because and the first time I say to you, this is amazing, you need it. Oh yeah, it'll work on grey board. Yeah, of course it'll work on craft board. And it doesn't. That's 20 years down the drain. So we will always give you that honest answer. And if we're not claiming that we know everything about everything at all.
No.
So if we need to go and find out and then let you know, that's exactly what we'll do. So thank you for acknowledging that. That's great. Right,
Definitely.
wine boxes. These are going to be fab, aren't they?
They are, especially when they're full. So these here...
That's tonight, love.
That's tonight. So we've got 2 wine boxes here for you. These are brilliant, okay? They're the soft wood. Now, if you are going to be sublimating them and spraying them, just make sure to take the string out and remove your brass elements, okay? Just use a really fine little screwdriver to take these out.
We had a set of screwdrivers on yesterday.
Oh, the
on
fine
Toolshed,
ones.
the fine ones. If you've got those, they're going to be perfect for that. See, I told you you needed them, didn't I?
Absolutely, you do. They're the perfect size for these. Of course, you can put a bottle of wine in here. It could be anything at all. It could even be a bunch of flowers that you've kept in the secret, like a little bunch of daffodils or something inside there. Chocolates, the lot, you name it. You could fill it with bath bombs. It's a great gift. They're wonderful to have around. I crafted one of these for a family member of mine. It was a Christmas one, and they've kept it out on display. It was rice papers with stags on it. I made it very gentlemanlike, but again, it then had a gift inside it. But the aftermath, that bit, is what is even more special.
I mean, this isn't going to happen, but imagine that Fran, our lovely Fran, one of our customers, is having a golden wedding party this year. Imagine if somebody, whoever that was, had a sublimation printer and one of these, and they got photographs of her wedding day.
Wow.
And they took them to her golden wedding on this with a really posh bottle of wine inside. That would make, I've gone goosebumpy from head to toe. That would be absolutely amazing. You know, when my mum and dad had their golden wedding, David, because they were married a long time ago, they were together from 14 and 15.
Wow.
I know.
Oh my God.
So they had their golden wedding, and my mum took their wedding photographs, which were in black and white. And because of now of the modern processes and technologies, for the first time in 50 years, she saw her wedding photographs in colour.
Really?
Because the colour's there. It just needed the technology to bring it out.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments where it takes your breath away a little bit. It was just amazing, isn't it? You know, how exciting is that? And that's the sort of thing that you can do when you've got products like this, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They're so worth it.
Now then, one of my favourites, jigsaws. This is going to be awesome.
These are going to be so photographic jigsaws.
Photographic jigsaws, absolutely. Imagine these at kids' parties.
Oh, I mean, there's going to be
And then you get to take it home, and they're all different.
Yes.
Which is fab. Or maybe it's a birth announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you've had a baby and you want to take a picture and send it in a little bag inside, and they have to put the picture of the baby together.
That's a lovely idea.
Right? I love that idea.
That's a really cool one.
Or a thank you from a wedding as well, which is fab.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I'm going to let you go and get ready for demo. I'm just going to finish off this counter really quickly, and then we'll show you exactly how this works, because it's something that you need to see. So, shop jigsaw. It's going to get you 5 of them, different sizes with different amounts of pieces in, for $12.99. That's a cracker, isn't it? That's just going to be so much fun, and it can be any of your photos. It can be a piece of artwork that you take into my craft studio. Just fantastic. Right, if you want 2 trays, 2 wooden display trays, shop tray, $9.99. And if you want 2 of the glass dishes, shop dish. These are 33.5 centimetres by 17 centimetres. You've got a $1.99 saving, and you're getting both of them for $9.99. These will be lovely with your rice papers as well, not just sublimation.
Oh yeah, they would, absolutely.
Right, let's have a look, David, and see exactly how this works, because this is the bit where you go, wow.
Okay, so we have got here all of our beautifully sprayed with our sublimation spray pieces of MDF. So quite literally, as you've sprayed it, all you're then going to do is take it out, of course, of the frame that it comes in. It's just got the little pop areas there. You can take a little nail file, but usually just use your nail and it just comes off, but you can get a little nail file.
Yeah, I use a little emery board.
That's the one. So what we're going to do now is pop all of our bits and bobs together, and we have got our piece of spray. Now you can spray this with the gloss, or you could spray it with the satin. It's entirely up to you.
But
the
white
gloss,
first.
Yeah, white first. So what we've done for this process is we've gone on with the white, sprayed in one direction, okay? So horizontal. So start with your MDF piece, spray in one direction, 5 minutes wait, okay?
And that's important. It
5
has
minutes.
to be that. That's when the chemical reaction starts to happen. So it's really, and set a timer.
Yes.
It needs to be accurate.
It really, really does. And again, after that 5 minute period has then completed, you go in with, of course, your second one. Now, of course, if you're still spraying in the same direction, just rotate the wood, or rotate, of course, wherever you stood, and then do a second direction. Now, what that's doing is creating a crosshatch. So you've got, of course, a spray from one side and a spray from the other, and they're going to lock into place. It's how a lot of sort of pans are created with the non-stick coating, like the hex-clad ones or the T-fells. Of course, they've got in there a special type of non-stick coating, and it's all about layering, okay? And it creates a really strong bond that has to tolerate high heats. So when you've got a process that's been followed with these methods, you're going to get the strongest results.
Absolutely.
So you go on with your gloss, or of course your satin. The gloss is going to look beautiful on things like glassware as well. So think about all of your plates.
I'd be intrigued to see what the gloss looks like on MDF.
I think it would look lovely.
I think it would look lovely too, yeah.
We need to
absolutely.
do some.
Yeah, we do. We literally got the MDF in yesterday, and the sprays we started working with at the beginning of the week, but we've both been a bit busy this week, haven't we?
A few things on.
Just a little bit.
Just a few things
It's been
on.
good though. I've enjoyed this week. I mean,
Me
I enjoy
too.
every week, but this week's just been a lot of fun.
There's been loads of new stuff. There's been lots of, you know, new coming items. There's been all sorts to do. It's been fabulous.
And tomorrow, David?
I am here. But I'm not here for any old reason. We've got a brand new Cadence medium launching.
And there's something else launching tomorrow too,
Oh, there is, yeah.
He's like, I'm just into
Not
my
only the
best.
biggest piece of kit of the year.
So, new Cadence product tomorrow.
Should we do a sneak peek?
Really?
Oh, it's not in there.
No, Amanda used that in the last one. I was thinking about your Cadence pace.
This is tomorrow. Also tomorrow is the Cadence Diamond Paste. One of our fastest selling products from Cadence was the Diamond Paint.
We sold out before we went to air.
We did. I think we came to air with like one bottle left. I'm pretty sure someone in here bought it.
Yeah, probably.
So it disappeared. But Cadence then let us know and said, oh, the paste. Do you want to try the paste? Yes.
Do we? Do we?
What a question.
Right.
So it's here.
You know
it's
when I
landed.
said there's no such thing as a silly question? That was a silly question.
Yes, absolutely. So
Do we want to try it?
I know.
Do you want a bar of chocolate? I'm not going to say no, am I? That's ridiculous.
So what you're going to do is use your heat-resistant tape to tape it down to, of course, that MDF, and it's gone onto, of course, the white side with the print facing towards the
And
white.
it's important that you use a heat-proof tape.
Absolutely it is.
Otherwise you'll melt the glue and it'll look awful.
It will. And then what you're going to do is take that heat-resistant sheet that comes with your heat press bundle, okay? I've got mine, of course, onto what I've done as a mock-up ironing board. I've got a heat protective cloth on here with a chopped glass board underneath.
Yeah, you need a solid surface.
You do. You don't want to go onto a spongy, bouncy ironing board. You need to be
absolutely not.
solid,
Yes.
okay? Because you're going to put
Glass
pressure
mat.
on here. Yeah, glass mat, absolutely.
Perfect.
So what we've done is we've got our heat press on. It's set to 180 degrees. Of course, if I change that, you can see that that's 356 Fahrenheit, which you can do if you want to. It's entirely up to you, but degrees are just, that's the method I use.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go straight on, and you want to put pressure down, not so much that you feel like you're going to break through the table, but you just want to a gentle rest.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Some heat presses have like the amount of pounds that you're pressing onto it, but with this, you don't need to. It's literally just a fine pressure.
It's really good. You can also use a dry iron if
Yes.
you wanted to. If that's out of your budget at the moment, you can start with a dry iron. I will say that though the heat presses are brilliant because they're super flat.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. There's no
They're
holes
really
in
good.
there. There's no indentation. So of course, if you're going in with an iron from home, that's fine. But in the area where you'd have steam ventilation, that is also an area pocket of less intensified heat, which means you won't get an even distribution of heat across the iron surface.
Absolutely.
So it's always something well worth thinking about.
And it's worth taking your time with this bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Because if you don't, and also I'll tell you my journey with it, because I'd never done any sublimation before. I'd seen loads of stuff and thought it was brilliant, because for me it's a business in a box.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to start a little cottage industry, this is brilliant. But when I went into the studio next door, I set up the printer. It's out of stock at the moment, unfortunately, but we'll get it back as soon as we can. Yeah, you all bought it. We'll get it back for you as soon as possible. So I went in, connected it to the Wi-Fi here, which was super easy to do. Did a firmware update because it recommended that, so I did that. And it also self-cleans, but what I was really disappointed with, I know that's not what you thought I was going to say, is it? Was the actual colour when it came out of the printer.
Yeah, it looks really faint.
I was like, that's not great, is it? Thinking I could get better use than that on an inkjet printer. That's the way it works. So the ink is laid down from the printer onto the sublimation paper, which you also bought it all this morning, so we're waiting to get more in. But don't be disappointed by this. It's the heat that reacts with the chemicals in the ink that bonds it to that product, that product or that spray. It's brilliant. But I would, if I hadn't known that, I'd have been, oh, that's not very good, I'm disappointed.
I know exactly
but
what you
now,
mean.
oh, it's just amazing. Right, this is the exciting bit, isn't
Should we do it?
Go on,
okay,
do
so
it.
I'm just going to move it so it's out of that hot area.
Oh, David, look at that.
Look at
Wow,
this.
you would never known that you haven't bought it like that, would you?
Because it's so crisp, it's so sharp.
That's incredible.
I mean, you can see where it's transferred there from, of course, our design. This is unbelievable. You still have that wonderful satin sheen as well on here, which just looks glorious. And of course, your gloss one, it's going to be a glossy surface. That's completely sublimated that image onto that MDF surface, all because of that spray, that new generation spray that we have introduced here to you for the first time. This is why.
Right, so this is now another use for all of that digital artwork that we've been building from Minecraft Studio. So now you can make your own designs and put your own designs that you've made from artwork that you've bought onto projects like this, and you can sell them, because whenever we bring you digital content, whether it's SVG cutting files, whether it's artwork, we always buy the correct commercial license, so that not only can we sell it to you, but you can sell it to your customers. That's a cost that we absorb, because it's important that you, if you want to make and sell, that you can make and sell. That's the thing, okay? So, but what I love is the fact that you can literally send a picture to the machine. Now you can do it through the Artspira app if you want to, or you can just send it wirelessly. It's entirely up to you, but it's a lot of fun, because the Artspira app from Brother covers scan and cut, sublimation, sketch, embroidery, and there's loads of free ones on there, so go and have a look. There's some really cool ones. I subscribe, so I bought the subscription because I'm going to use it all the time. But what I loved was there's some frames on there with like quirky animals inside. You can put your own picture in that frame.
Yeah.
So you can really start to personalise and bespoke items. And I think if you're making to sell, brilliant. But giving the gift of your time, something so precious to all of us, is just an amazing thing to do, and it really touches your heart when somebody does that for you, because you're like, how lovely is that? A lady sent me a bar of chocolate in a box from one of the shows. I think it must have been the NEC, because Amanda brought it back, and it was a big bar of chocolate in a box and a scan and cut card that she'd done. Honestly, I got proper emotional about it. I thought, someone's taken the time to do that.
That's
for me.
That's the difference.
Amazing, right?
I know when someone's done that, and you can see personal effort and interest has gone into it.
Right.
It's bonkers.
Are we going to do one of these cards
Yeah,
now?
let's do it, because these are fabulous. Now, I've already done one side, so we're going to do the other.
Brilliant.
Because of course you can do them on both sides. There's
Now
not a
this
particular
doesn't
one.
need the spray at all.
Doesn't at all. This is this is primed for print, okay, or prepped for print surface, okay, with sublimation. So we're going to go in with our heat tape, okay. You want to, each time you use a product, get a fresh piece of tape. You don't need a lot at all. Only over 2 pieces really. Unless it's a huge piece, you might want a couple more.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay this directly over the top. Okay, so I've cut it to size, so I didn't waste any of my paper, and just stick that on and fold that tape over. So that's going to secure it in place, and I'm going to do the same on this side as well. So now that's taped in place for us. Face down, I'm going to put this directly on top. Now, here I have got a slight overhang of my sublimation paper, okay? So I'm going to get very minimal, if not zero, transfer onto this surface. I mean, this is a cotton, but what I tend to do is I fold this in half. Okay,
Perfect.
so I trap it inside, so that's now inside here, and I just do my simple press on top.
That's a good tip.
So what we're going to do, because if it transfers onto here, that's not an issue, because that's never in direct contact with your result. Okay, so if anything goes on there, it'll be fine.
But if you get it on a tablecloth, it ain't coming off because it's bonded to the fibre. Yeah, it's bonded to the material itself.
Definitely.
It's not like heat transfer vinyl where you literally iron it on and it adds it to the garment. This literally puts it into the garment, which is really amazing. Right, I need to recap how to shop, please, because I've got a few people asking. So it's super easy. You can watch us on YouTube and you can shop with us on Facebook, Instagram and our website. So you can watch us across those 4 platforms, but you'll shop on either Facebook, Instagram or the website. We're going to show you a product. That product will have a code. And if you're shopping on either Facebook or Instagram, all you need to do is type shop and then the code into the comments under the video where you're watching us, and that's going to pop it into a basket for you. You'll then get a notification from us that'll land in your inbox. In that notification, there will be a link. You're going to click that link and that's going to take you to your basket on our website. Log in and then you can check out. If you're shopping directly on the website, you can literally add the items to the basket, and then they'll appear in a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen. When you're ready to check out, click on that and we'll take you through that checkout process. If you haven't got an account with us yet, please open one. If you're brand new, welcome. Welcome to the crazy house. You're going to love it here. What you see is what you get. You don't get slick. You don't get all poshed up, dressed up presenters with full no, you just get us. That's it. As we are.
We rock up.
As we are. Right, so that's how you shop. I want to recap quickly while David's just doing that, the MDF, if you don't mind. So you're going to get the desk tidy. Now the desk tidy will have a PDF download of what all the pieces are. And you also get the SVG cutting files that will cover the outside of the box, okay? But you could also use it with your sublimation. And the fact that you can use your sublimation paper, I was thinking, yeah, is it going to cost me a fortune? Absolutely not. Paper's gone out of stock this morning. We will definitely endeavour to get that back in as soon as we can. But it's 40 sheets for, was it $12.99 or $15.99?
$15.99 for sublimation.
$15.99 for 40, okay? And then your ink, these inks in your printers last a long time. I mean, literally, I checked it the other day. There's that much gone from the top of each one, and we've printed loads of stuff.
Hundreds of papers.
Absolutely. So it's going to go a long way. So if you want that one, it's shop desk. That's $29.99. If you want the MDF for this, now this one, you'll still get your instructions, but you will also get on the actual MDF itself, they've lasered the names of the pieces on, because this is the first one we did. We learnt from that, we've improved it and put all the pieces on. That's because that was me going, I don't know what's what.
Yeah,
right? I was like, if I don't know what's what, this is going to be a pain. So I wrote on every single one what they were when I brought them up on my scan and cut. Andrew then converted it into a PDF for us.
You can see them there.
Yes, exactly. And even with the spray, you can see that you can still see them.
Definitely.
So recipe box with the little inserts. It could be for storing your photos. It could be for putting your dies, your stamps, your stencils in, whatever you prefer. That is shop recipe, $19.99. And then we've also got this really cute little pull-up box. It's a great idea, that, for your coasters. That's a lovely idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can make your coasters match the
Sublimate
outside.
those. I bet the glass ones would go in there.
Oh, yeah, they would. Absolutely.
I've actually got a
10
couple.
centimetre squares they are, aren't they? Oh,
Put
we've got
this one.
coasters.
I'll put that one in.
Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that.
There's a
Just
slight
on a
angle.
slight angle, but there you go. Look at the quality of that print.
That's Sam's cat.
Sam's cat.
That's our Willow.
Isn't that fabulous? I look, the quality and the print is amazing. So if you want that one, it's shop pull and it's $19.99. Fantastic, aren't they? Now I have to tell you that 25% now of the gloss is allocated and in people's baskets. We sold, well, is it still all, are there still sat in baskets, Amber, or are the people checking out? Okay, so there's 4 of these satin baskets and 2 of that, and then we've got a quarter of the stock of this gone. So you now need to make your mind up, because somebody's going to come across and nick those now. But I don't want to keep nagging you. The only thing I can't do for you is pay for it and check it out.
Yeah.
You have to do that bit yourself. If I could, if I won the 100 million that was on the Euros on Tuesday, I'd have just come in and done a show. I'd have had loads of scan and cuts,
Yeah.
And the first 200 people that ordered would I'd have paid for it.
Is that what you're going to say? That's a good question to ask everyone. What's the first thing you'd do if you won £100 million?
What would be the first thing I'd do if we won £100 million?
What would we do?
Probably faint.
I think I'd be in pure shock.
I think I'd still come to work though.
Yeah, but I'd just go.
Yeah,
I'd be like, guys, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go on a big holiday first.
Yeah, go on a holiday first. Yeah, I go on holiday first, but yeah, not. I don't know. I just think 100 million is a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I just think of how many other people could benefit from that quantity of money.
Absolutely.
Like, there's a lot of other people that would really help out.
Like
pulling up at the petrol station and just go, everyone's petrol's paid for.
Yeah, and that'd be fabulous, wouldn't it? I love that. But yes, that will be a good question for next week, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll do that next week.
And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with you this one, okay, that we've just done here. So you can see just around the edges of that print where I did get a little bit of print onto there.
Yep.
It's onto this. It's not on this. Okay,
and it won't transfer.
No, it won't. It won't pick back up.
Oh,
it's
no,
set
it's
inside
bonded
there.
now.
Yeah,
of course
absolutely.
That was a silly question.
No,
now you
not at
looked
all.
at the jar and it hasn't worked on the jar. Let's tell them why.
So I've literally only done it for about 20 seconds.
Right, so we need to do it for longer. But also, if there is a slight indentation in your glassware and the iron is flat, it's not going to be level. Stephanie and I were talking about it the other day. You can get like a little sewing iron that you can put inside and get right into the corners, and it's triangular. I think that would be a good one for this, but we'll work it out. Like I said, we're on this journey and we need to be able to come on and show you these different things, and we're all doing it a step at a time, which is lovely, isn't it? I love that, because then we don't miss out all the important little bits when we're talking to you about it, because we're learning as well and trying to get it onto a slightly, is it concave?
Yeah, concave, slightly beveled surface.
Or even convex. It's slightly different. You need a solid flat surface, but I think it might work if you keep it on for longer.
Definitely, because it's glass, of course, it's going to take a little bit longer to heat up, because it's going to absorb that heat. It needs to actually build temperature before it starts sublimating. All I've done so far is hold it on the top section, and I'm going to have another look. I know that wasn't a full amount of time, but there's no harm in just checking.
No, not at all.
But if we go back into here,
it's exciting, isn't it?
There we go.
There you go. You see, a bit at a time. So a little ridge at a time.
I'm going to do that bit now.
Now he's excited. Now we do have the glass jars on the show, and these are on a blinking brilliant deal.
They're unbelievable.
This is David's shot glass. Decided he wanted to have a well, it came about because he said, let me get my cocktail stick. It wasn't a cocktail stick, it was a kebab skewer. So I said, blinking heck, if that's going in a cocktail, this will have to be a cocktail glass. And you think they'd be really good as cocktail glasses.
They would.
In mine, it's like chocolate profiteroles or sherry trifle. That's what I'm having in mine.
Oh, I'd have that too.
But you're going to get 10 of these, 12 of these for $10.99. So spray them with the white, spray them with the gloss, and then work a section, so a panel, if you like, at a time, and get your design on. It is going to take longer, but it's going to look amazing. And then you could fill it with wax, and that could be your candle. I know, or your mirror spray inside.
Yes.
I just think they're fabulous, aren't they? And they're really nice in the summer as well. You could put a tea light in there.
Because you have to sublimate the whole thing. You could mask half of it off and just sublimate the bottom of it.
You could sublimate the top and mirror spray at the bottom. Yep.
Oh.
All of that. So you're going to get 12 of them. Yours won't come with the unicorn on one of them. I'm just putting it out there. For $10.99. I have to say unicorn because it's just like it's what Alice used to call them. I got a unicorn, Grandad.
You see what we've got?
Not anymore. She's growing up too fast. Look at that.
Perseverance. All it takes on an angled
exactly
surface. So this is actually really easy because it's flat. It's the flat angle. So literally, I was pushing them on each angle. So I just put my heat press back on. See, it cuts out of 5 minutes, which I love.
Yeah, I do too. So you can't leave it on.
1, 2, 3. Now it's on level 3. It'll stay there.
Cool, isn't it?
It's fabulous. It's freezing. So I'm going to put it back onto here, and I'm just making sure to round it onto those edges. Okay, so I'm using my heat press to get right onto those beveled corners. Then again, just flat on this side.
I love it on glass.
Oh, it's amazing.
And it bonds to the glass. It doesn't sit on the surface. So I'm guessing then it'll go through it'll be washable.
Yeah, absolutely it will be. You don't need to seal it.
You'll just treat it like a normal piece of glass.
Look at that.
Isn't it clever?
It's so clever. Now this, of course, you can see the shine from your gloss, and please make sure to get that gloss in your basket.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I love it.
The other thing about this product is it's made in batches. Okay, they don't manufacture tens of thousands of spray cans. They manufacture it a batch at a time, and it's all down to do with the. So imagine, right? You've got a factory, and it's manufactured 100,000 cans, and then God forbid there's a fire.
Yes.
Right? That's going to be a big fire. So they make them in small batches. At home, we would recommend that you put them in a dark place, cool,
just a cool, dry place.
Don't put them on the windowsill, anything like that. And I would absolutely recommend using it outside.
Yes.
I wouldn't even risk it inside. I would do it outside. And you can sublimate all day. You can do this all day long if you want to, and do lots of different things. And if you put them away, you can come back to them in a couple of years' time and it'll still work.
Just do a big batch of sublimated sprays and then you can use them as and when you wish.
Absolutely, which is great. But outside, remember, you're going horizontal. So shape the can for a minute, and it has to be for a minute. You can't do 30 seconds and think, I'm impatient, I want to get on with it. It has to be a minute, so set yourself a timer. You're going to go on whatever you're spraying in one direction, like that, with the white. Then you're going to let that dry thoroughly for 5 minutes, and it has to be 5 minutes. That's how long it takes for that chemical reaction to start to work.
It does, yeah.
That's really important. Then you're going to take either your gloss or your satin, and you're going to spray that on in the opposite direction, and then let that dry for 5 minutes. Then you're going to bake it in an oven at 160 degrees for 15 minutes. Again, put your timers on, take it out, let it cool, and then it's ready to go. It's brilliant. You don't have to have another piece of equipment that you put it in to make it do this, and it's fine in your normal oven. Carl is a proper stickler, Stephanie's husband, and I love him for it. He's absolute, everything is done
health and safety,
properly.
everything.
Everything's done properly. And he would never have put this in an oven if you weren't able to cook in that oven afterwards. We can't expect you to buy a new oven, although apparently you can get a sublimation oven.
I've heard this.
I might have to investigate that. I know, because I desperately want to do loads of this, and it's just a lot of fun. And if you have got kids coming around, obviously they've got to be keeping them away from the sprays and be aware of that you're using a heat press or a hot iron. But it's going to be so much fun, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, when you get results like this, should we peel it off? It's
cooled
cooled down.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Oh
now,
my word!
Now, if you designed that in Minecraft Studio, you could put text on that, and that could be your invitation.
Oh, we could. Imagine that as you save the dates.
Isn't that lovely? I'll tell you what, you know those little cards, I don't know whether you can still get them in card shops, because I haven't been in a card shop for years.
Well, you can make some, I guess.
Little plastic cards that you used to get, wallet cards that you'd send to somebody that you loved, or somebody that needed a little bit of a lift, and it had those lovely verses on. Yeah. You could do that on those. So if somebody's going, oh, I mean, look at the colour quality on that.
I know, the colour is crazy.
Isn't that mad? Red and green are the hardest colours to get right on a print. That's incredible.
I know, it's bonkers. I love those little cards so much. Even, of course, for black and white designs.
Phenomenal.
Looks lovely, but the colour there is completely different as well from, of course, on your MDF.
Because it's on that shiny surface.
Yep, it
and
shines
again,
through.
These don't need your spray. But you could put a really inspirational quote and just put it inside a card. You know, if it's somebody that you don't necessarily buy a gift for, but somebody's in poorly, or they've lost somebody close, or they just need a fun quote, or whatever it is, you could do that in Minecraft Studio and then send it. Because if you bring on your DigiPunch to that size, you're working within that space then.
Of course you are.
So you can then make it fit
a sublimation sheet, I'd probably do about 20 of these.
Absolutely.
I mean, my word.
Great, isn't
right.
it?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to love you and leave you.
You're going next door.
I'm moulding.
We've only got 2 minutes left.
Oh my goodness!
Right. I know, you better run. Quick,
I better run. I've got a dash. Right, I'll see you in a few minutes, everybody.
On the other side of that wall. You're not going through the wall, like Hulk.
Chop, chop. I'll try it, shall I? Oh, that hurts.
Oh, I bet it did. See what I mean? We have a lot of fun here at Highlight Crafts. What a great opportunity, right, to be able to now sublimate on your MDF. I love this idea. You're not going to have to use any glue. It's not going to be peeling back. There's no bubbles. And it's just a brilliant, brilliant process. We will get the printers back in as soon as we can for you. We'll also get the papers back in. And I know we've probably had a lot of questions about fabrics. We're going to try and find a spray, but it has to be the right one that gives us the quality finish that we want. We're not just going to buy one. And if you're looking at read reviews, That's what I'm going to say to you. This product is fabulous. We are the official UK distributor for this product. And the reason that they wanted to link with us was because of the education that we bring you. We don't just sell you a product, we then tell you and teach you how to use it properly. And I'll tell you something else here. We'll do the good and the bad. So if anything doesn't work, we'll tell you why it doesn't work, and then we'll try and make it work. Or it might just be the fact that you cannot use it on that surface. But we will be very honest and open with you, because there's no point of selling you something that doesn't work. So yes, we'll be trying to get all these different things, but we're taking it slowly and we're taking you on a journey. Otherwise it becomes overwhelming, doesn't it? And it's a case of, well, I've got my printer, now I've got to buy this and this and this and this and this. We're trying to do it on a journey with you. I would like to say thank you very much for your company this week. We have had a hoot this week. If you missed yesterday's shows, please go back and watch it on our socials, because it's absolutely hilarious. I watched it back this morning. When you're in it and it's happening, you don't know what it looks like. Oh, I was nearly crying again this morning. It was just very, very funny. So thank you, because you've all joined in and you've all been really good sports, and we've had a fabulous time. Congratulations to those of you that chose to get your Pro Cut at that crazy price. That price has now gone back up again, so well done if you got that in your basket and checked out. I'm going home for the weekend, but join Stephanie and David tomorrow for the launch of our trimmer and the Diamond Pace. Yep, you heard me right, not paints, Pace from Cadence. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Take care, lots of love, bye.